Baseball last year sold over 70 million baseball tickets. 70 million. That's more than the NBA, NFL, NHL, and MLS combined. So what they did was they have a pitch clock. So a guy can't stand outside the batter's box and rearrange himself and touch himself and stand there forever. And the pitchers can't stand on the mound and just stare a guy down forever. There's a time limit. And now what's happened is it shaved 30 minutes off the game. Games were just fast, and it didn't affect the style of play or the game that I grew up loving. The pitcher can only throw over twice. The pitcher can't throw over 10 times trying to stop a guy from wanting to steal. Like that takes time. Baseball last year sold over 70 million baseball tickets. 70 million. That's more than the NBA, NFL, NHL, and MLS combined.
Oh, wow.
People don't know that. People
Nope.
try to tell you that baseball's dying and all that. It's the biggest.
Well, Rob, you're the sports guy. Let me know if I'm wrong. Didn't the baseball league change some of their
right?
rules?
They did, and
Okay.
that was the smart
and what did they
part,
do? Explaining that to the audience.
Yeah. So what they did was the games were just running too long. 4 hours.
Mhm.
Nobody has 4 hours today. So what they did, which was really smart, which I was against originally because I thought they were catering the game to people who don't like baseball. Let's just get it over with, make it fast. I'm like, dude, I've been watching baseball my whole life. Games go long, but what they cut out all of the minutia. So what they did was they have a pitch clock. So a guy can't stand outside the batter's box and rearrange himself and touch himself and stand there forever. And the pitchers can't stand on the mound and just stare a guy down forever. There's a time limit. And now what's happened is it shaved 30 minutes off the game. Games were just fast, and it didn't affect the style of play or the game that I grew up loving. It also implemented where you couldn't shift. At one point, baseball used to let players say you could move all your players from the third base and shortstop side over to first and second. And then a guy couldn't get a hit because if he pulled the ball, there would be a fielder there. So now you can't move your two guys from the left side over to the right or vice versa. They have to stay on their side of the bag. That opens up holes. They also made the bases bigger so that people could steal bases, right? The bases are bigger. The pitcher can only throw over twice. The pitcher can't throw over 10 times trying to stop a guy from wanting to steal. Like that takes time.
Right.
They used to have with relief pitchers, managers got so ridiculous that if there was a rally going on or something in the game, they would have one guy pitch to me, right? Then the manager would walk out, take that pitcher out because you're coming up, and then he'd bring in another pitcher to pitch to you. That takes time for the guy to warm up, for him to come to the mound, right? Warm up again, pitch to you. Then he would come out and get another pitcher for the next guy. So 3 pitchers would pitch to 3 guys, but it would take 30 minutes, between them coming from the bullpen, warming up, getting ready, and then they're only pitching to 1 batter. So then they made it where you have to pitch to 3 batters if you come in. So they did a lot of stuff. And last year, ratings were up, attendance was up, streaming was up amongst the younger people. So they really hit a bonanza. And then last year in the World Series, they had record ratings with the Dodgers and the Yankees. So it was a good year for baseball. So the NBA can't use the excuse that, the ratings are down in all sports, because it's not true.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I went to my first MLB game here in the city last year. Before that, it's been 5-6 years, and I enjoyed myself. It, like you said, the flow was much faster.
It was faster,
And,
right? I went to a Brewers game, Brewers Astros in Milwaukee. This is in the summer. I go on a tour around the country, catch up with friends, and I go to baseball games. And we went to a Brewers game. It was a 2 o'clock. It was a lunchtime special, 12:05 start. The game was over in 2 hours and 5 minutes. So the game was over at 2:10. And me and my buddy looked around like, that's it? You know what I mean? Like like that was, you go to a ball game, 2 hours is nothing. By the time you get in, grab some food, sit down, watch a couple, and then we were up, and the final score was like 5-2, so there was some action, and the game was over. So I think it's smart,
Yeah,
because people don't
I
have
think
the
so too.
attention span.
Exactly. I agree with you there.
Yo, it's crypto blood, Detroit flow, screaming from the D, knowing what the show, indicators are on point, OG since 12, invested in trade, living life like a pro.